Am I the asshole for telling my husband that his buddy's wife needing help is not my problem? My husband and I live right next door to his friend, Tim, and his friend's wife, Jonah. I have a 4-year-old son and a week-old daughter. Tim and Jonah have a 5-year-old and a 3-day-old. My labor went a lot smoother than hers did. She ended up needing an emergency hysterectomy as she was bleeding out on the labor and delivery bed. They came home last night. Now, when they got home, Tim called my husband down to smoke a joint, and when he got back upstairs, he told me that Tim had asked him for a favor. Apparently, he was wondering if I would go over to his house periodically throughout the day while he was at work to check on his wife and do tasks for her, like cooking, cleaning, keeping her company, as she was bedridden and feeling really down and depressed from the unexpected hysterectomy and the reality of not being able to have more children. Listen, I feel for the woman. I really do. But this is not my problem. I just had a baby myself a week ago, and even cooking for us is a chore in itself because of how exhausted I am. My husband said repeatedly, "It's okay if you say no. I'm sure they would understand, but it'd be nice if you did this for them because I'm sure she could really use the company."
Oh my God.
And I know I'm being selfish, but I do not care if she could use the company, and I feel really backed into a corner and manipulated with wordplay. Quote, "It's okay if you say no, but you should just say yes." That I'm generally getting pissed off that I'm even asked of this. I asked my husband why him or his buddy would immediately think I would be available to do this, considering I just had my own baby and I'm also taking care of our 4-year-old. He said, quote, "I understand that, but you're already up and doing things, and she can't even do that because she's bedridden, so she can't even make her kid food or anything." Anyways, I told him no. I told him I had a bad taste in my mouth about them attempting to back me into a corner for a yes answer with their guilt trips, and that if she was incapable of doing anything, Tim needed to step up and either A, take time off work, or B, start meal prepping and call somebody else to come to his home to do everything else. My husband and Tim work at the same job, and they're both given 4 days off when we went into labor, so he had time to try and figure this out, but instead, he just tried pawning it off on me, thinking I would say yes. My husband said that he doesn't blame me for saying no, but my attitude on it has caused tension between him and Tim because, quote, "I'm acting heartless." Am I the asshole for not caring that Jonah needs help and for telling them it's not my problem?
I have a feeling that Jonah doesn't even know that her husband is asking this.
Right? 100%.
There's no way another woman would be asking somebody who just had a baby themselves for their help.
Like she had a baby a week ago.
She's asking her husband for help, and her husband's like, "I don't want to do it.
100%.
I don't want to do it. Let me get another woman to do it because that's what women do."
She's asking her partner for help, to take time off work to help, and he's like, get somebody else to do it.
Yeah. Oh my God, this is infuriating. Oh my God. And the husband, OP's husband.
Oh yeah.
I would lose it.
Doghouse.
No, done. Maybe not divorce, but
Trees go right to divorce.
No, but come on, you don't respect me enough to understand that First of all, actually, why is she cooking for her family? She said, it's enough, it's more than enough that I have to cook for us. Why is she cooking? Why is she doing that? I'm sorry. She is, how many, she just gave birth?
1 week.
1 week ago. Why is she up and cooking? Where is your husband?
Right? He can't step up at all?
Oh my God. No, that alone is infuriating. And then on top of that, for him to be like, not only do you have to cook for our family and me, you have to cook for our neighbor's family. Oh my God, are you fucking delusional?
Not only did you just give birth, but you still also have a kid on top of that. It's not like it's just the baby, and then when the baby's napping,
there is a child.
You have another child that you're taking care of. So I feel like this is the attitude of everything. People think being a stay-at-home mom, you have so much time in the day. You have you can do whatever you want.
Yeah, definitely.
You have time to go help her. Bitch, I'm fucking busy over here.
You're already up and doing stuff. Okay, yeah, I'm doing stuff for our family.
Well, I guess compared to like her being bedridden, but like that's
then
not
they need
really
to hire
good.
somebody or ask other family members.
Right? Or
Like
maybe
that is not on me.
you need some food. You need some meals. Maybe you need Factor meals. Maybe you need ThreadTalk 50 for your discount code on some Factor meals.
I was thinking that like meal prep subscription.
Unless you live in like bumfuck Idaho. Sorry for all the people that live in Idaho.
Would
But
you say that?
I feel like that's an expression. It just rings.
Is that an expression?
Bumfuck Ontario, doesn't sound as good. You know what I mean? Idaho, it sounds good. But like, unless you like live like so rural where you have like no support for like modern day things of like meal prepping or stuff like that, like come on.
Okay, well, you know what? There are many other options here.
Yeah.
Tim can take some time
I was
off
gonna
of
say,
work.
even if you don't take time off work, dude, you come home. Guess what you do? You get a meal prep. You get to cook. You get to cook a lot, and then you get a meal prep. You get to do laundry. You don't get to go smoke a joint with your buddy and just shoot the shit and just fucking chill the fuck out, bro. You play your video games or shoot darts in the garage.
Are you working 7 days a week? Probably not. And even if you are, you have time at home. You will make do. You can definitely.
You get to come home. You get to do laundry. You get to cook food. You wanted a kid. You wanted a wife. That's your responsibility. I don't care that you're the sole provider income, you work full time. Do some extra shit when you get home. Even if you work 12-hour days.
Point blank period.
Yeah. Do some extra. Figure some shit out. Do some dusting. Dust the fan. The top of the fan blades. You know? The top of the fan blades, they always get dusty. Grab the Swiffer and do some dusting. But
I don't think that's a priority, but
yeah. We'll do that after you've done the cooking and the laundry.
oh my
And clean the
gosh.
toilet. Then that. You have nothing else to do.
Don't bother your neighbors who just had a baby too. Like, how out of touch can you be?
Top comment. Absolutely not the asshole. You're a week postpartum. People should be bringing you meals.
Yeah.
Tell your husband and his buddy to hire a caretaker, go to a church, since my church offers services like this for people in need, or someone can take time off work. I fucking hate when people feel the need to be charitable with the resources of other people. They both get to feel great about helping her out, while you, still bleeding and postpartum, get to take on other household chores.
That's crazy to me. Like,
Okay. I got no sympathy, Tim. Listen up, Tim. Let's say your work schedule, 9 to 5. 5 days a week, 8 hours. You can't take time off work? Cool. No problem. Guess how many hours are in a day? 24, not 16. No, hold on. 24 minus your 8 working hours, 16. Minus an hour for your commute, 15. Minus 8 hours for your sleep. Do you really need 8? No, you only need 7. So how many are left over? 8 hours. You still got 8 hours in the day to cook, clean, and do other shit. Now let's say you worked overtime, put in an extra 4 hours that day. You got 4 hours. Let's say you get your 8 hours sleep. You got 3 hours from when you get home to cook dinner, to make meal preps, to do the laundry. You got 3 extra hours. You got kids. That's what you signed up for. You don't get to go smoke a joint with your neighbor for half an hour when you could be fucking cooking, bud. And then what do you do?
Canadian really came out there.
Well, what are you doing after you smoke that joint? You think you're going to go do your chores? No, you're going to laze around. You're going to fucking win.
No, exactly.
You're going to need a wambulance for your hard life. So, buck up.
We just watched the Modern Family episode with
Wambulance.
Can I call you a wambulance?
That was a funny episode.
All right.
Over to you.
Let's move on from this triggering one.
What's triggering?